week.
This guy's fucking stupid. I think they have 19. No, I think they have more now. Or it's at least 19 walks and like 18 innings from the bullpen.
Yeah, it's not good, dude.
Let's see.
Not great, Bob.
Wow. White Sox. All right, tweeted.
I'm so glad Trevor Bauer didn't get a fucking no-no.
Oh, I guess biggest douchebag ever.
He sucks.
I wish he would have gotten pulled and then he would have thrown like a temper tantrum. That would have been better. Oh, Josh Johnson making every fucking play. All right.
Yep. Oh, we're live. Hi, people. All right. Oh, shit. Hold on. I said I'd wear this for the show.
Oh, yeah, the shirt.
I'm official.
Nice.
Ooh, it's made for big guys. All right. All right. You ready?
Ready.
3, 2. What's going on, everybody? It is Friday, April 5th, and you have found the Pinwheels and Ivy podcast. I am your host, Matt Zawoski, a.k.a. Southside Zoe, a.k.a. Father Zoe. With me, as always, Mr. Aldo Soto. What's up, Aldo?
I already hate the 2019 baseball season. The Cubs have killed my soul. 6 games in.
I'm pretty sure you're not alone on that. This is usually when I would introduce Matt Anuko, but the Anuko family has added a new member to their team. Matt's trying to figure out how to play zone defense with all the little Anukos running around now. The only thing I can confirm is 2 things. 1, wife and baby are both doing great. And 2, the baby's name is not Eloy.
Oh,
I know. I'm disappointed.
Almost had the Triple E.
I'm very disappointed, actually. It's all right, Nuke. Well, congratulations to the Anuko family. Nothing but love. We're very happy for you, and we're just happy that Pinwheels and Ivy actually just got another fan. We hope. So, and also, this is when I would introduce Mr. Kevin Fiddler, but K-Fids, as you know, is a baseball coach out in Nevada, and his team is wrapping up a game. I think he will be joining us later, depending on how long his post-game speech is, but judging from his tone of voice, I don't think it's going to be a great one tonight, even though his team's been kicking ass this year. So it's me and Aldo. We're going to take control here tonight. We do got a lot to talk about. We'll start with the positive. The White Sox. Yo-Yo is possibly starting the breakout campaign that we've all been waiting for.
MVP?
We've seen some pretty good pitching on the South Side so far, and as we record this on Thursday night, it's the opening night in the minor leagues, and the kids are showing up big. We're going to go over all that. Then we're going to flip it over to the north side of town, whereas Aldo
Let's not.
said in the introduction, I'll be nice. We'll talk about the bullpen.
No, don't be, because I'm not.
Yeah, I know. Aldo is pumped for the show. Just to let everyone know, just if you are a mad Cubs fan, this is where you want to be to vent. So we're going to talk about the Cubs bullpen and lack of hitting. So all that being said, it's a full show tonight. We got baseball to talk about. Let's tap this keg. As always, the Pinwheels and Ivy podcast is brought to you by Sports Mockery, sportsmockery.com. Make sure you're going and downloading the Sports Mockery app and turning on push notifications. Sports Mockery and sportsmockery.com. Get the app, put on the push notifications. Show is also brought to you by Tick Blitz, TIXBLITZ, tickblitz.com. Go there to get all of your tickets guaranteed, best prices, guaranteed tickets. Don't have to worry about scalpers or anything else going on. And if you're listening to this Friday morning, you can still go and catch the White Sox home opener. I got a feeling there's seats available because people were trying to play hooky on Thursday, and then it got moved to Friday, and yeah, it got messed up. So tickblitz.com, go get your tickets. The Tick Blitz stat of the week. Sorry, Aldo, but the last time the Cubs started the season 1-5 was 2012. As you might remember, that is when the teardown and the rebuild began. So that is the Tick Blitz stat of the week, TIXBLITZ, tickblitz.com. Go get tickets for the Cubs playing our good friend Mike Trout next week on tickblitz.com. Right. Go tell Mike that the guys at Pinwheel said hi. He'll totally know what you're talking about.
Watch him hit 5 home runs against the bullpen.
Well, they got to throw strikes for him to hit home runs.
Watch him walk 5 times against the
bullpen. There you go. More realistic. And before we get in the show, shout out to my guys. If you're watching this video, if you're just listening to this podcast, this is weird, but I got my official 108 shirt on. Shout out to my boys there. I can't wait to actually 108 in my 108ing shirt. So let's start with the White Sox. Although let's let your anger stew longer for the Cubs so you can come out in full force. But so the White Sox started the season, you know, and although you kind of talked about this before we started here, it's kind of nice being a White Sox fan right now because you really don't care if they win or lose. Obviously, I want them to win, but it's more like the development of these players.
Yeah.
That's really what you care about. And to that aspect, let's start with Yoan Moncada. I mean, so ever since the White Sox –
when the haters wrong.
Yeah. And, you know, like guys like, you know, I'm not picking on Nuke because he's not here to defend himself, but like – Nuke and these other people, they really needed to see a lot from this kid to prove he was the top prospect that he was when we traded Chris Sale for him. And there was a lot of talk this offseason about him changing his grip, changing his approach at the plate, being more aggressive after last year with all the strikeouts. And so far, I am loving this new look yo-yo because – you can tell he's got a little bit more swagger to him, a little more confidence when he's at the dish. They moved him over to third base. He's making some great plays at third, even though we got to work on that little hitch on his throw. But at the plate right now, in 20 at-bats, only 3 strikeouts. That's what I want to lead off with because that is huge for Yoan Moncada. Only 3 strikeouts in 20 at-bats. He's actually batting .450 right now with 9 hits. And out of those 9 hits, 6 of them are for extra bases. He's got 2 he's got 2 home runs. The one he hit against Cleveland a couple days ago was just a straight piss missile. Our boy Emmett put it side by side with a Griffey swing. People are getting a little crazy, a little fast here, but you know, just it's big. And he also has 3 walks on top of that, 6 RBIs. If he can establish himself to be that third baseman, to be that number 2 hitter in the lineup that they expect him to be, this is huge for the rebuild. This is, I mean, I can't stress that enough. Everybody wants to talk about these kids coming up in the future and also, but Yo-Yo is here now, but he's still young. And if he can establish himself in that role, that's going to only speed up this rebuild so much more.
Yep. And you mentioned it with the new approach, and we've seen it. I think there's a stat already. What the White Sox have played 5 games. He already has more hits on an 0-2 count this season than he did all of last year.
That's
so that
wild.
just tells you that he's, you know, he's getting that plate coverage on 0-2. He's maybe not taking that borderline pitch. And obviously we saw that at the end of 2018 when he had like the most, we always talk about the highest percentage of called third strikes that were out of the strike zone. So he's like, fuck that. If anything's close, I'm gonna try to hit it. And so far the results have been there.
Yes, and that's exactly what we need him to do. Tim Anderson's already having a pretty good start of the year too. Shout out to the Anderson family, another family that just welcomed a new player to their team. So he missed a couple games because of the birth of his second daughter. I want to say.
Yes.
I know it's his second daughter. But right now in 12 at bats, he's batting .333. He's already got a stolen base. And then I mean, old reliable dude.
The only thing,
Jose Abreu.
He just drives and runs.
Dude, he's just a machine. He's batting .300 like he always does. Like he's just like, I'm just gonna sit at .300. That's what I do. .300. He's got 2 home runs already, 2 piss missiles, and I guess what I'm getting at is in this very, very, very early part of the season, I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of the guys that we wanted to see something from. Now, Eloy, there's going to be growing pains. I'd rather him get this out of the way earlier. He's getting pounded by sliders, as we talked about in the last show. Mm-hmm. It's not changing. He's batting .200 right now. He does have 8 strikeouts. I feel like he's learning. Like, you see it in his approach, the way he's carrying himself. It's not like when Yo-Yo first started with the White Sox, he was striking out or he wasn't running shit out to first. He was kind of like his body language, and I'm not trying to go all Jay Cutler here, but his body language going back to the dugout, like he just looked defeated, like he was getting real frustrated. It's different with Eloy. Like, yes, he does have 8 strikeouts, but when he strikes out, like you see him like get back to the dugout and like he's like perched right back up, like watching, learning, observing. And it's going to click for him. And when it does, it's going to be scary for the White Sox. So,
and the other thing is Steve Stone pointed it out when they were in Cleveland. I mean, Eloy's already in the big leagues. He doesn't really have any – it's not like he's had a full year's season of video of what these pitchers are going to do to him. This is all brand new for him. We talk about this with every single prospect that's going to come up, and if they struggle, and even if they get off to a good start, there's always going to be that readjustment period where then, all right, pitchers are going to see that he has this hole in his swing. I'll attack this zone. And now right away, Eloy's like they're getting with the sliders. Clevenger that pitched for the Indians on Monday, I think it was. I mean, he was throwing that slider low and away, and then he just get him back with a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Eloy's probably never seen that ever. It's like he's never seen a guy with a great slider and then just 97 inside.
Great point.
This is all brand new. And it's fine, but he's still hitting the ball. Even on a couple of outs that he's made and a couple of hard ground balls, it's like 110 off the bat. So I mean, Eloy's gonna be fine. It's one weekend,
right?
If there's a couple guys we want to criticize, it's really Yolmer for one.
Okay, so let's start there because Yolmer, like, yay, you pour Gatorade on yourself, cool, like.
That's coming back to bite him in the ass because now every time he fucks up, everyone just puts that gift. They're like, all right, yay, Yolmer, being the funny guy again.
Yolmer right now has 1 hit. He's 1 for 20 with 7 strikeouts. He's batting a .050 with a .050 OPP. And the errors already, man. Like, Yolmer, I said this last week, and it's been even reinforced again. He doesn't look like himself. Like his relaxed, like goofy. It's like he's taking it too seriously. It's weird. Like he's too uptight. Like give your balls a tug, Yolmer. Figure it out, bud. Come on.
Like, do you think they told him like, hey, if like, let's see, because I was thinking back to when they sent Ian Happ down before the season started for the Cubs, and he was kind of shocked, and people were like, well, like, didn't they kind of like, wouldn't they have like given like the guys some expectation of what they needed to do or whatever, but maybe there's like more issues with Happ. But like, I think they told Yolmer like, hey, you can't just be hitting like 200 because and like maybe he's pressing. I don't know.
Yeah, they could have easily just been like, dude, you got to hit something more besides a triple every 15 games. Like, cool, you were second in the league in triples. Like, great, you got to do other stuff too, man.
Because they had that guy who hit the pinch hit home run.
Cordell.
Yeah, I think doesn't he play the infield?
He's an outfielder.
Oh, he's an outfielder?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who are the other guys? Rondon, Jose Rondon, who could play second.
So when Timmy comes back, what people want is because Anderson's going to be there for opening day today.
Right.
They want Anderson at short, and then what White Sox Twitter is calling for is Rondon to second. Yolmer grabs some bench.
A lot of bench.
Either that or put Lurie Garcia, make Ingle back to the everyday center fielder and put Laurie Garcia at second base. Or when John Jay comes back,
You can move around.
yeah. So they're gonna have options. The Jolmer thing isn't permanent by any means, but like it's bad, like real bad. Like he doesn't look like, I'm talking like Stanton Charlotte bad. Like it's yeah, Yolmer's not looking good, and I mean I hate to do it because everybody loves him, but gee, Daniel Polka Party Buddy, he is where are we at? We're 0 for 17.
Not great.
His batting average is 0.000. He does have 2 RBIs on a walk and I think a sac fly. So his OBP is 0.105. So he's beating Yolmer in that. But I think Polka's another guy. I mean, he had a strong spring, especially at the end of the spring. He was hitting the snot out of the ball. I think he just needs to figure it out. He seems like a real heady dude. Like he can get in his own head. And, yeah.
And the thing about his defense, he had that play at the wall where he stole the maybe home run or whatever, but made that leaping grab. He's made a couple other plays, but like he also has the plays where it's like, yeah, that's not an outfielder. Where like a ball would get right by him. It's like you probably should have cut that off. A couple of his throws, I don't know. I think they've been okay, but I mean, rough start. But hey, at least the positive thing is that with the John Jay starting the year on the injured list, I mean, Polka's getting the starts. It's not like he's starting a year like starting one game, getting a day off, maybe starting another. He's getting the playing time early on.
17 at bats already. I mean, maybe he should do another podcast and figure out a different walk-up song or something because I don't know, man. But flipping over to the mound, the pitching has been pretty strong for the White Sox. Carlos Rodon, we were told that he expects some new dad strength, and right now he's got a 1.59 ERA. In 2 games pitched, 11 innings, only 5 hits, 4 runs. 2 of those were earned with 15 strikeouts.
Oof. No, he was great against Cleveland early in the week.
Straight dealing, too. I mean, I was very impressed. Lucas Giolito had a pretty good first start. He went 6.2 innings with 8 strikeouts, and the big thing there is only 1 walk. Maybe that cerebral stuff is helping out, but you take the good with the bad. And my boy Nova.
Nova, he had the best start.
1 game. And he went 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. And that is who Ivan Nova is. He is Pac-Man. He is an out innings eater. And that's all.
And the other thing, only the 1 walk. That was his first walk with the White Sox, period. He didn't walk anyone in spring training.
I love it.
The Cubs trade for him because we guys can throw strikes.
No, but I got a guy we'll give you for free. For free. If you guys are interested in the Nate Jones, I got one for you.
All those arm injuries, and I think he's had at least 1 surgery on his arm, or maybe it was an elbow or shoulder, but those are catching up. He's 33 now.
Yeah, he's definitely not the kid.
Injuries.
Yeah, so Nate Jones is not looking too hot. Shout out to Nuke. They already sent Dylan Covey back. They sent his ass back to Charlotte already.
Who's more hated, Dylan Covey or Carson Fulmer?
I don't really
very similar.
I don't even really hate Fulmer anymore because it's just more like he's like the cousin that you just don't pay attention to anymore because he keeps fucking up. So it's like Covey, like you at least expect something out of still, like you still have hope for him, but I'm gonna pronounce his name wrong, but Colome. Yeah, see, I told you I was gonna pronounce it wrong.
At least you know your strengths.
Yeah, 2 innings pitched, 1 strikeout, but no earned runs, 1 save. So now people, like a little debate going on here on White Sox Twitter is who should be the closer for the White Sox?
Who else do they want?
Herrera.
No, you got to go. Colome has been really good.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think Colome is the guy. Frare,
Frare,
Frare. Frare.
Sox have a lot of fancy.
Yeah, they're not really helping me out here, White Sox. but he's playing all right. He's pitching all right too. You know, he just came in for a quarter of an inning, but I like what I saw there. But yeah, Colome and Herrera's not doing bad either. So far so good with the White Sox. Let's just put it this way. I don't want to sit here and like blow the White Sox for like 30 minutes because they don't even have a winning record. But it's positive right now. And like you said, yeah, it's just you look towards development of these younger guys, and you know, no one's expecting playoffs or anything. You're just expecting to see just improvement. And speaking of which, as I said, tonight is the first night of minor league baseball. Let's go. It's awesome that it means so much to White Sox fans, and what a night it has been. I just got a message that Zach Collins just hit his second home run of the night.
Oh,
he has a triple and 2 home runs. Lou Bob has 2 home runs. Madrigal, he got some walks, but he stole 2 bases. I mean,
okay.
it's been Lou Bob threw a dude out. There was like a runner on first, and he ran real hard in on a looping single, took it on a short hop, and threw the dude out at second. Like, just a good night for Sox prospects across the board.
So I think Han talked about it during the offseason about like maybe bringing up 1 or maybe 2 of those catching prospects. Who like it has to be Collins first, right? Time to see what he can do. No,
this is the thing: is Shelby is the better defensive catcher, and Collins has the better stick. So they were talking. Oh, there's K-Fids. What up, buddy?
I made it.
Yeah, welcome. We're blowing the White Sox right now.
Oh, good, good.
Because they're not as bad as the Cubs, as of right now.
Let me wet my whistle then.
But no, we're talking about the kids right now on the for the White Sox tonight. First night of minor league action, and the White Sox are having a night. I'm basically, you know, that like GIF of the dude from South Park when he's sitting in front of his computer and there's just man goo all over the place. That's me on Twitter tonight, just looking at these minor league stats. But to answer your question, although the thought, the feeling is that Shelby's the guy who's got the leg up on the competition, but Zach Collins comes out tonight in his debut, hits 2 home runs and a triple. Ooh, that's gonna, you know, I mean, I know it's only 1 game, but if his back can be this,
if he keeps hitting, because that's the thing, like he can hit.
Right. I mean, he used to have a cannon for an arm, but that kind of fell off last year. But if he can kind of put it all together this year, I mean, it's still very much a competition. And a real good point that I saw on Twitter too is the difference between playing your home games in Charlotte versus playing your home games in Birmingham is like night and day. I guess Birmingham is where you go to watch fly balls die, where Charlotte's a launching pad.
Oh, I was going to bring this up too. And maybe it explains, well, no, because I think Collins has some power. But starting this year, I think at AAA, they're actually using MLB baseballs. And there was that whole controversy like from a couple years ago, and I think it's happened. Like the home runs went up, and everyone's like, "It's the ball, it's the ball." Right. Now they're using the same ball,
and it's showing. But good night on the farm. So pretty pumped about that. Good first day. Good first day. Good first day. Minor league White Sox affiliates. Good first day. So.
And that's a good show. All right.
Yeah. No. Sorry, bud. Sorry. Sorry, bro. So let's talk about the Cubs. Let's talk about it.
I just want to give a shout out to Kevin, who called it before the first game. Michael Montgomery sucks. I don't know what the hell happened. Thank you for the last out in the World Series, but this guy stinks now.
Yeah. Gradual regression. His stats have gotten considerably, like I'd say probably 25, 30% worse every single season since that last out.
So the Cubs are, as of this recording, 1-4, but they are currently losing handily to the Braves. So I think we can go ahead and
they're 1-5.
We'll call it 1-5. Like to take Blitz stat of the week. The last time the Cubs were 1-5 was 2012. Yeah, where do you guys want to start? Because this isn't just.
Do we want to start at dumpster or do we want to start at fire?
Yeah,
I just want to make a general point to start off.
Okay, go ahead.
Because there have been fans. Okay, obviously we're gonna freak out about like how atrocious these games have been, because it's not like they're like playing great baseball and like the other team has just been that much better. Like the starting pitching has been bad. John Lester's the only guy who's pitched more than 5 innings, both of his starts.
You looked okay tonight, but for some reason he was looking great, and then he walked a dude, so Madden pulled him. But whatever.
Well, that was Darvish, who like was in the 5th inning, and then he gave up a double and a walk, and he was pulled. Obviously, the bullpen is the worst bullpen in baseball. They have more walks than innings pitched. The offense is going to get shut out again. That's going to be 2 in 6 games. So, improving that like 25% of scoring 1 or 0 runs from last year. But at the same time, I do get, it's after Thursday's game, it's only 6 games.
Right.
However, we just came off a season and an off season where the entire focus of the team was, we're keeping this group together. They know that they like pissed down the leg at the end of the year. We're gonna have a new sense of urgency from day one.
No.
They made it a point. Theo Epstein repeatedly said it all came down at the end of 2018. It came down to one more run. It came down to that one extra win, getting that one extra win to avoid the play-in with the Brewers. So you can't have that mentality for like 4 months and then start off with this. You can't.
And he looked right into the camera and said he felt real good about this bullpen.
Real good about it. And here's the thing, like, I'm only going to fault him for one thing.
Okay.
The Tyler Chatwood signing was awful. So that's like a waste of like $12.5 million every year. So if you take away
ERA isn't worth it to you?
If you just don't want, guys. So if you take away that money, it's like, oh, well, maybe the Cubs could actually like go after like 1 or 2 more good relievers this offseason. They only got Brad Brock, which was the solid signing. Fine, whatever. And Joe Maddon said after the weekend in Texas, when the Cubs scored like 1 billion runs, but only won 1 game because the bullpen gave up a 1,000,000,001 runs, he's like, during the first month of the year, you're always with the bullpen. You never know. You always have to like kind of figure things out. He's kind of right, and I don't completely disagree. But you can't say that when you're just coming off a season where it was 1 game that was the difference between you like not having to play in the wild card game and just going straight to the NLDS. And we said it all off season of why we wanted the Cubs to sign one of the top free agents, either for in the bullpen or Bryce Harper, or Manny Machado, who like another offensive guy. The rest of the National League is a lot better. The rest of National League Central is a lot better. You can't afford to just piss these games away. And there's the title. I put the title. The Cubs are losing the division in April. Like, this is what we're seeing. Like, it's only 6 games. They're 1-5. They've had plenty of 1-5 stretches during the past 4 years. But come on.
I mean, it pisses me off too, as you say, well, it's only April. No, every game counts, right? Whether it's April 4th or September, the last game in September, it does not matter. And the fact that they rolled into this, and this is the worst part, I don't blame Theo as much as I blame Scrooge McRicketts in all of this, is because Captain Douchebag could have opened up the pocketbook, still can open them up right now to solidify at least some part of that dumpster fire. He still doesn't do it. He's still donating.
Available.
It's unbelievable, and it puts Theo in such a terrible position to have to gaslight his own fan base to make us believe that this bullpen isn't anything other than an absolute shit show.
What else is he going to say? Like, our bullpen's going to be shitty. I don't know. Hopefully, they get some outs.
Yeah, like, of course. Are you going to score 15 runs a game? Because you put C.J. Edwards in with his dog shit delivery that, guys, it's been illegal since the game was invented. If you don't know that is illegal, Carl Edwards, you are a dumb son of a bitch. Because that is obvious. You cannot stop your delivery after you've broken from the stretch. It is deceptive, and he is an idiot forever. How do you not know that?
Here's the thing, though.
Do you read a book, man? Do you read baseball? Do you know the game? Or are you just out there throwing a freaking pebble? And that bothered me big time, because anybody I have a 7-year-old kid that came out to our baseball field, and we talked about delivery. He goes, isn't that a balk? I'm not supposed to stop once I break my hands, right? Well, yeah, of course, you're 7. and you know that. But CJ Edwards is supposed to be a centerpiece of this bullpen, of our not so bad bullpen, and the kid can't figure it out. And at this point, he is. I mean, he comes in today for Darvish and goes out and immediately throws a wild pitch, goes out there, gives up 3 inherited runs, and then gives up 2 more of his own. It's about time CJ Edwards, maybe he needs to learn a brand new delivery. That delivery should probably be from his other hand and learn to throw left hand. I don't know. It's bad. And it's all the way down the line that Epstein has to deal with all this. It's unfair to Epstein because the ownership put him in this position in the first place. And more so you're dealing with a dumpster fire, and then you're dealing with a guy that salary is an albatross around your neck. And he drives, goes in and grounds into like 55 double plays in the first 4 games. The reason you can't
hold on. Stay on pitching. We'll get over there.
But yeah.
So hold on. Now, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but both of you be okay with Carl Edwards going to Iowa?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I think the Cubs
needs to. Jesus.
Yeah,
and I think the Cubs can. I think the Cubs DFA Brian Dunston be the season. I think they can DFA Chatwood, and I think it goes. I mean, obviously he'd be put on waivers. No one's going to claim him because no one's going to want to pay him the rest of that money.
Right.
And I think he can just refuse. I think he can refuse assignment to the minor leagues. But at this point, eat it. He's doing more harm pitching in games than just eating the remaining like 22 million or whatever's left. Eat it.
Addition by subtraction.
If Tom Ricketts doesn't want to pay a fucking luxury tax, then just eat the rest of the fucking like $20 million that's owed to Chatwood. Or 22.
Why did Jose Quintana only pitch 4 innings, but he had 8 strikeouts?
Oh, cool. He came in relief after Darvish walked like 7 guys in his first start. And then Quintana's been like Quintana gives up like 2 runs in 4 innings out of the bullpen. He's been the best Cubs reliever.
Carl Edwards has a 45 ERA right now.
Oh, the only thing I want to say about the Carl Edwards delivery thing, you should be mad about that, Kevin, because first of all, the guy pitching should know this is probably illegal. It is illegal. But what the fuck were the Cubs doing? The Cubs looked at him every day for like 6 weeks.
Where's the pitching coach?
That's good.
Rookie.
That looks good.
Well, here's my problem too. Is again, he threw his own management under the bus. Like, well, no one told me out of spring training it was illegal. All right, nobody told me, going outside today that I shouldn't stand in front of a bus coming 45 miles an hour either. You know why? It's called common freaking sense if you know the game. Okay, and that's where I get bothered with it. Another thing about CJ or Carl, whatever we want to call him at this point,
Carl.
Triple A Carl.
Honestly, I'd rather Carl from The Walking Dead with one freaking eye come in relief at this point. I'd rather that Carl at this point because the fact that Carl Edwards, after his first dog shit outing, says, I'm going to use this as anger. I'm going to throw harder. Yeah, that works, meathead. That works.
I don't need none of that harder. Just like do your job. And that's the other thing. Madden already has done a couple like questionable things, like bringing in certain guys. I have no clue why he brought out or took out Darvish so early, even if he was only like at 70 pitches. And fine, he was giving up a couple walks, and he was getting.
It was raining.
Let him. You Darvish, like getting hit hard is still a better situation than bringing in anyone in the bullpen at this point. Anyway, the point is that like no matter what we want to say about Madden, who else is he supposed to bring in? What do you do? Some of these guys eventually just have to get a fucking out, throw strikes. Steve Cishek, he comes in 3, and I don't know why Madden left him in for the 3rd batter for the 3rd straight walk, but he walks 3 straight guys.
At what point is this? Is this? I mean, again, you don't want to always. These are grown adults; they're professionals, so you don't want to throw a brand new pitching coach under the bus. But at the same time, I mean, get your house in order, man. I mean, you got one job, and your starters are mediocre. I mean, John Lester's going out there and he's gaming. Of course he does because he's a damn winner.
Right.
You Darvish is out there. He's a softie. He's everything right now so far that Dodgers fans warned me about. You got Quintana out there that hasn't gotten really an opportunity to shine yet this season, and you've got, Hendricks who, you face a team that keeps their hands back and he's not locating, and Hendricks is going to get hit around. You've got all these different circumstances, and you put you put Madden in this tough situation where what else can a guy, other than bringing in, I don't know, bring in Chris to pitch. I don't know. I mean, what else are you going to do for Madden? And people are going to jump down Madden's throat because his bullpen couldn't stop, couldn't wipe their own nose right now. They couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat. And it's literally, and it's only 6 days in. So, and we're Cub fans.
With all that being said,
come out that bad. You can't come out this bad. This is a bottom tier 65 win, 100 loss team the way they're playing baseball right now.
Especially after not spending any money in the offseason.
Bam.
And there's a guy like Kimbrel sitting there right now.
Just chilling.
And by the way, they're not going to get him either. They've made that they've repeatedly said, like, even the past couple of days, like, no, we're not going to make a reactionary.
Let's be honest. I mean,
because of the first week,
bringing in Kimbrel is not going to solve all your problems, but at least it's going to show the fan base a little hustle here, a little effort, like go and get a good arm to close in that pen. But as this pitching woes, and we can sit here and we can do a full hour on how bad this pitching's been because it's been bad. But when the D behind you already has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 errors.
But I mean, 6 of those came in one game.
Yeah.
So that was because that was the hilarious part. That was the hilarious part though, because the first 3 games in Texas, the offense goes crazy. Opening day, they win 12-4. The offense still scores they scored 28 runs total, 26.
Mm-hmm.
But of course,
another single from Monty. Sorry,
yeah, Mike Montgomery is also finding his flight to Iowa. Yu Darvish only goes 2 2/3 innings his first start, so you have Quintana come in, and then that's when Carl Edwards Jr. gives up the go-ahead run to Gallo. The following day, the bullpen, again, everyone sucks. Chatwood was bad. Montgomery was bad again. At the end, Strop, fine. He gave up the leadoff double and then a wild pitch. He's been the most consistent Cubs reliever ever. It's fine. He had one shitty outing. But the point was the offense, the offense looks great. First game against Atlanta, shutout, 10 hits, no runs, can't drive anyone in. You double that with the offense. Mark Zagunas gets to start for Kyle Schwarber. First play of the game, drops a foul ball. And then there's another pop-up later in the inning that he should have caught. He was charging in from left. He's hoping that Javi makes an over-the-shoulder catch, which, hey, most of the time he makes that, but this time he didn't. The defense at total has 6 errors. And then the 7th error was Jason Hayward, who's a 5-time Gold Glover. So everything that could go wrong for the Cubs has. And now they have 3 games against the Brewers, and they're already 6 games back.
And as of
5 games back in the division.
As of right now, as this game wraps up here in Atlanta, Mark Zagunas is the only person with a hit on the Cubs team. He's 2 for 3.
2 for 3. I mean, look, and again, you got one where you take one. I mean, you tip your cap.
Yeah.
Atlanta's throwing the ball well.
Right,
I mean,
he was great. He was throwing high 90s. He had a good curveball.
But this is the same song we heard last year.
Yeah.
We're already now 2 games we're gonna have where we have 1 run or less from the offense. The offense, it's let's go golfing today. We'll send these empty bodies out there, and we're gonna go ahead and just not do a damn thing at the plate.
It's almost like they were hoping, hey, let's get that rain in here. Let's not play this game.
My favorite thing is wish in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up first. And that's what Theo Epstein and management did, having to sit on this roster, thinking that this roster is going to be good enough to somehow win a division it couldn't win last year, when both teams in the division, specifically the Cardinals and the Brewers, got exponentially better, and the Reds even got better. And now at this point, you're looking up at everybody going, hey, it's only 6 games in, but that's that. You lose an NFL game, you get a whole week to marinate. You win, you lose 2 in a row, and all of a sudden your season's practically over. The Cubs are getting to that point where it is still 6 games in, 100 and whatever left. I'm not even going to do the math. I'm too pissed. But you get this, you get to a point where all of a sudden we ask, Zoe, you asked how long till the Boo Birds show up at the home opener. Well, at this point, you get swept in Atlanta, you get swept in Milwaukee. I hope they get the damn. I got to get booed during batting practice. Someone throws a beer can at someone.
The entire pitching staff, when they get announced at Wrigley Field, is just going to get booed.
Yeah, if Twitter is an indicator, I mean, I'm big in White Sox Twitter. That's my lane. But because of this show, I stick my foot in the deep end on the Cubs Twitter a little bit, and I just dabble. Holy shit, man!
It is great.
People are mad.
Because you can do this with it's the same thing with family. you can poke fun at your brother or whoever, your cousin, but once somebody else does it, it's fuck you, fuck off. But no one is better than trashing on their own team than Cubs fans are.
I would agree.
Right now, it's a no holds bar. Anything goes right now.
Yes.
And there are some positives. It isn't all negative. It's so masked right now by hideous bullpen work and no-show offenses. In two of the 5 losses now, the offense was just
realistically they should be 4-2. Jed Hoyer, he was we should have won. If you look at it, we should have won 4 of the first 5. But it's hey, yeah, we should have won it if you guys had a good fucking bullpen.
After they took that lead in game 2. What are they up 2-0 at that point in the game that ended up turning into they ended up losing 8-6 or whatever?
Which one?
The Texas? Rangers game 2 of the Rangers. The Cubs jumped out to an early lead. What are they? They were out 2-0, 1-0 right out of the gate. It was here we go. 3-0. They were up
4-1, 4-2. It was 6-3. That was 6-3 in the 7th.
Yeah, you're all right, okay. It was just let's keep going. Here we go, and then just everything changed.
Mm-hmm.
And when the rising tide's coming, and again, Cub fans, like you said, Aldo, Cub fans are going to eat if their child is pitching for the Cubs eventually, and they're not getting the job done. They're probably going to get, they'll eat their own young.
No one's safe right now. Hey, no. Chris Bryant, baby, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's looked really bad in this Brave series.
Betting 208 on the season.
Maybe they need to bring the magician out now. Maybe someone needs to do some card tricks or bring out the sloth or the monkey. We do something.
And that's the thing.
It's too early for this.
And the other thing that comes up is oh, well, gotta fire Joe Maddon. No, almost none of this is his fault. No. But the thing is, that narrative is going to be here, and that's all set up because he's just a lame duck manager.
The person you can't fire, the person you want to fire is the one you can't fire because he owns the damn team.
Right.
It is, but hey, he donated. Hey, the Republican Party got some money. We're good with just now. We won a World Series, and we're going to go ahead and sit on this. And that's what Ricketts feels like right now. Is that this offseason was 100% proof that they're good with one World Series and the marketability that came with it. And they're going back to Chicago Tribune management, which the tickets are going to sail we'll get a couple years before we have to retool again. And it's a bad look. And they're going to lose players like Chris because you know what? If this crap keeps up, why would Chris want to stick around? Why would these guys like Javi want to stick around to a franchise that isn't willing to go all in when you have an open window like this? Instead, just play it safe. That was the unacceptability part. I know you couldn't move Hayward, but you just got a big old TV contract, and you immediately, within a week of that, completely pull yourself out of the Bryce Harper sweeps. I know he can't pitch, but I know that for a fact that the energy in the dugout is 100% different with a guy like that in there, and you feel like no matter what the deficit is, a guy like him in the middle of that lineup is going to make everything stressful.
And he doesn't grind into double plays every game.
Not at all. And he's, what? Wow. I love J.A., but
I don't even want to single out Jason Hayward either because Albert Almora Jr., who's basically won the starting job. The Cubs just scored a run.
Oh,
the Cubs just scored. Who got the RBI?
Give me the Jamaican horn.
Oh wait! My bad. The Braves just scored a run.
Monty again? Monty, there's a ground in here, Monty.
I thought that was the Cubs. How dumb of me!
It's 9-0.
Why would I think?
Did you just give up 2 more?
1 more, or I don't know what's.
Yeah, no, he's given up. Oh God, his ERA is now up to. Yeah, he's given up 3 earned runs now in this one. This inning started with a single and then a double play ball, and this has all happened since.
Albert Almora Jr., who's supposed to be great against lefties, has 1 hit and 12 at bats against left-handed hitters or left-handed pitchers. He's been bad. Jason Hayward is on pace for 162 double plays. Well, he didn't play on Thursday. So that maybe cut it down to 150 or something.
So with all this going on, and I know you guys could sit here and just pound on this Cubs team, and it's well deserved, but I'm guessing that it doesn't help when you see a guy like Paul Goldschmidt already has 4 homers for the Cardinals, or Christian Yelich is still Babe Ruth up in Milwaukee. He's got 4 homers.
That would piss me off the most. Well, I know that Goldschmidt's gonna be great. Yelich is gonna be great too, but Christian Yelich is the best baseball player that's ever lived for the past year and a half, for the past year and a week. Half of the fly balls he hits are home runs.
The ball just goes.
Stupid.
The Brewers are sitting comfortable on top of the NL Central right now at 6-1.
How about this too? You come into a series against an 0-3 team, and you get swept, and not just swept. You get embarrassed.
They lost. What was it on Monday? 8-0 or
7-0. Now they're going 9-0.
They're good, and then they have the blown game in the middle, and this is.
And then
like I said, the Cubs are showing it all the first week: bad starting pitching, bad bullpen, bad defense, bad offense.
You know what's going to happen.
You know what, though? If they could play this poorly, they can also play this well, or they could also flip it around and win 7 or 8. But the fact is, when we look at this in September and the Cubs are stuck in a 1-game playoff, we're blah blah blah. We're going to say, look, you know why? Because you didn't have a bullpen in place when the season started, and you forfeited the month of April. Once you finally figured it out, because you finally, at some point, I'm sure Ricketts is going to finally go, oh, all right, let's do something. Or you're going to catch lightning in a bottle with somebody. And we're going to look back and we're going to go, April cost the Cubs their opportunity. Last year, I believe that if you look back at last year too, you've won game.
And that's what makes everything, or that's why everyone's so pissed off. This isn't a surprise. We knew that the bullpen was the biggest question mark, and right away we see it. Like we literally said you could only trust 2 guys coming into the season from the bullpen: Pedro Strop and Steve Cishek.
The thing, to your point, is it's a very cliche saying, but it holds a lot of water for the Cubs right now. You're not going to win a division in April, but you're sure as shit can lose one.
This is the analogy I like to make, because obviously a baseball season and an NFL season are completely different, because the NFL is only 16 games.
Right.
And obviously MLB is 162. But let's just say opening night for the Bears, and they're playing the Packers. Let's say the first half, Trubisky throws 2 interceptions, Tariq Cohen fumbles at the goal line, and then the defense gives up like 3 touchdowns to Aaron Rodgers.
I don't like
that would be the equivalent to these first 6 games.
Yeah,
for the Cubs, because it's the first half of that first game. So like each NFL game's like 10 games in an MLB season.
Okay.
So like half of that, or like 6 out of
like more than half.
So it's like all right, so it's just there'd be like the first half of the first game for the Bears. If it was that shitty, Bears fans would be like killing everyone too.
I'll take it one step further. I'll liken it more to this. I'll liken it to going into the first game of the season against the Packers and telling all the fans, because you don't want to spend a couple extra bucks, that you're happy with the kicker you have in place.
Yes,
you have no problem. There's nothing to see here. And then he goes out there and he misses 5 chip shots in the first half. And then everybody else, then you got the Trubisky picks and the fumble. I mean, because this is what it is. The bullpen is your kicker, and we're going Cody Parkey on this shit right now. It's bad.
Yep. What's that kicker they signed from Pitt? Miss it? Blew it. Yeah. That's the second they just kept him. And we're like, no, why? And then he's the kicker.
So you guys totally know what's going to happen this weekend, right?
They're going to sweep the Brewers, and we're going to,
No, so the Brewers are going to sweep the Cubs, and then Brewers
we're still optimistic here. So,
but stay with me here.
You want me to die like that? I won't do the show if the Cubs get swept.
Stay with me here, because this happens. It seems like every season where the Brewers play the Cubs early in the season, the Brewers win the series. Brewers fans get way overconfident on Twitter. They go way overboard, although I know you've seen this before.
Jado Kalen gets really mouthy.
They start going nuts about it, and then it comes back to bite them in the ass when the Cubs eventually figure it out. But
I can't even say that after last year. I could have said it after 27. I can't say it after last year. They still have the Christian Yelich is the greatest player to ever live bullshit's going on. So,
dude, he's unreal good. But let's take a quick look around the league, because there's a lot of surprises early on in this season, like the LA Dodgers being 5-2 with a run differential of 21.
I don't want to say that they're taking steroids.
21, dude. That's not even like funny.
Have you seen the home runs you've hit?
Cody Bellinger has 5. One of them is a grand slam. He has 13 RBIs already. It's April 5th.
I mean, it is a weird world we live in. I mean, you've got Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's in first. What?
Yep.
Red Sox and Yankees also sucking it up. I mean, honestly, right now it's a battle between Cubs fans, Yankees fans. I mean, it's kind of funny with Yankees and Red Sox fans. None of them can insult each other because it's basically like yelling, 2 midgets yelling at each other because they're short. Like, it's not a good idea.
Rizzo just hit a home run.
Who did?
Rizzo. There you go.
There it is.
There you go.
Well, we still got to put up one more. We're still going to be the same stat as last year.
But guy I wanted the White Sox to trade for, Jock Peterson, he's got 3 home runs.
He looked great in center field. Oh, that's the one thing we get to. White Sox center fielders, as expected, bad.
Yes, bad. We didn't touch on that during the blowing session, but yes, White Sox center field, bad. But you know what's good? Lubob, 2 home runs tonight.
Bring him up. All right.
Seattle? I mean,
Seattle out of nowhere.
Houston sucking too. I mean, Bizarro.
Yes, and then the only thing that's really going as expected is how good the Phillies are.
Yep.
The Phillies are just a straight freight train right now. And yeah. Yeah.
We need a Bryce Harper anyway.
You see all those Washington Nationals like reporters and fans and like just everyone, all those hardos be like, you gotta hit him for his bat flip. You gotta throw at him.
So bad. The shirts and the signs, but shout out to the dude that just made the shirt that said, "I don't like Bryce Harper."
Very subtle.
The funniest thing is though, because owners never get it's not like they're in the public eye.
Right.
It's not like they get their names announced on opening day or anything. Did you guys see that final offer that the Nationals came back to Harper?
That was a joke.
It was less than $300 million, so less than their first offer. And the deferred payments were going to go to 2072.
I refuse to believe. I feel like someone's going to get sued for like false reporting because that can't be real. It can't be real.
2072. When Bryce Harper was going to be like 65.
Jesus Christ.
I'm looking at this too. It's actually kind of interesting. Obviously, the Diamondbacks are terrible, although they have a better record than the Cubs. They've given up 54 runs, right?
Right.
Second, the Cubs are third in the league in runs allowed with what, 37?
Mm-hmm.
Seattle Mariners are 7-1, and they've given up.
That's second. 37 before and then you got to add the 9 tonight.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we're going tonight because second. 7-1 Seattle. Why? Because they put up 56 runs.
Yep.
Their offense didn't climb up.
Yeah.
That is actually really interesting to me that team is given up so much, but they're putting up so much.
Yeah, that was, I mean, that's the big, I thought they were just going to be complete trash. We normally say like the Orioles, that's a fluke. They start like 4-1 or something. Like we know that's okay. Like the Mariners, like maybe. I don't think, obviously they're not going to keep up like 800 winning percentage or whatever.
Right.
But it's kind of interesting. They've always been a team. They've been like a complete team, but they're just stuck in the AL where it's top heavy. And then the AL West, you've had the Astros winning like 100 games. Right. So it's not like you have to like, and they've won 90 games or like more than 80 the past couple of years. But
who's balling on Seattle right now? I know
back-to-back home runs. Are the Cubs going to come back?
No.
The Cubs going to come back, guys.
Tim Beckham for Seattle. He's batting .379 with 3 homers. Domingo Santana.
Oh yeah, that's the guy that the Indians traded, I think. Yeah. No, the Phillies. That was the Gene Segura trade.
Yeah, batting .303 with 3 homers. Ryan Healy, he's got 2 homers. Jay Bruce has 3 homers. Omar Narvaez has 2. They hit a lot of home runs.
With baseball, guys, I don't want to say it. How do you win games?
Bunting, of course.
D. Gordon has 4 stolen bases already.
How many bunt hits?
I don't know.
All right, guys, if the Cubs come back and win this game, we have to re-record the show. 9-3. No outs in the 9th. You never know.
Rizzo and Javi.
Yeah, it's 9-3.
Damn, Javi's was a blast too.
Yeah, 409.
The other thing is, do you guys see pitchers that rake is a thing this year so
Pissing
far?
Me off.
Zach Greinke, 2 home runs in 1 game.
Madison Bumgarner pimping his own home run. Like someone's like, well, Bumgarner has to like throw at himself now.
Right.
Can't be pimping his own runs.
Did you guys? Greinke hit those 2 home runs in the game, and it looked like he had his older brother's jersey on. It was like 3 sizes too big, and it was like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, and he's nothing but skin and bones.
And then the stud performer of the week was Jacob deGrom, dude. 14 Ks, and he hit a home run in that game. Like, what's going on? But before we wrap it up here, there is one thing that I want to get your guys' opinion on because I find it very interesting. Chris Sale is hitting like 90 on the gun. His like average. He's like lost his fastball. No pun intended. Like he's getting
that belly button ring on.
I don't know, but he is getting touched up this year, and it's really weird for me to see. And just, I don't know. Do you think it's his motion coming back to bite him in the ass?
Said anything that he's having arm? Because I mean, Kershaw, we know that he's out. He has the back stuff.
He didn't pitch well tonight in his rehab, by the way.
Oof, that's not good for the Dodgers. Well, I mean, they're scoring like 50 runs a game. But have they said anything like, "Hey, we think there's something wrong"?
No, and Nuke even brought this up in our chat, and I didn't even think of it, but this is kind of the sequence of events that led to Kopech getting Tommy John.
Uh-oh.
Where the dude's just popping the gun, and then all of a sudden...
Yeah, here. Okay, I have it here. The official from Fangraphs, his first couple starts, he's averaging on his fastball 90.9 miles per hour. The last 2 years with the Red Sox, he was at 94.7, 94.4. Mm-hmm. With the White Sox, he was at 92.8, 94.5, 90. Yeah, so he's like 93 to 95, and he's 90.
Yeah, 9-inning pitch, only 5 strikeouts in 9 innings for Chris Sale, and that's over 2 games. And I mean, 9 hits, 8 earned runs, 4.
And he just signed that. Didn't he just sign that contract extension too? Yeah,
I'm thinking we're going to see something soon that he has to have something done. I'm not.
At the minimum, you just have to shut him down, right? Hey, let's give that elbow some rest or something.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty brutal. And the other pitcher that the Boston paid, Eovaldi, he's getting touched up too. It's just rough going right now. And I mean, I'm definitely not a Red Sox sympathizer here, but I do like Chris Sale. I mean, I've always been a fan, obviously, from his days with the White Sox, and it's just something's not sitting right with me. And I really fear that we're going to see that.
Well, who was it from SI? Tom Verducci always says every pitcher's arm is just a ticking time bomb. So that elbow, you never know. They can just blow out at any moment.
Positive toss in.
Okay.
Nick Hoerner tonight scored the game-winning run in the bottom of the 8th for the Iowa Cubs on a Christian Donahue double that scored also Robel Garcia. But Hoerner was on because he walked, got on, and scored on a double. But he was at third, so he would have scored either way. But so there's a positive.
Shout out at Sports Mockery. Our guy Adam interviewed Cubs prospect. God damn it, Cole Roeder, South Bend Cubs. Check out his story.
Definite baseball name. Oh, and I think that's the ball game, guys.
Nope.
Oh, no?
Pitching change. The Cubs have another runner on. Guys, if they win this game, the Cubs are going to win the World Series. Guaranteed. I want to play that and then our 10-minute in a row just thrashing the Cubs.
You and K-Fitz losing your shit.
I just came from a game where we put up 4 in the bottom of the 7th inning and left the tying and winning run at 3rd and 2nd. So
this could be so Cubs if it's 9-5 and they have the bases loaded and Jason Hayward has the pinch hit. It's
with one out, you hope he strikes out.
Kevin, isn't your team doing good this year?
Yeah, we're doing all right. We're 11-5. Tonight was a battle for the division. We did not win, but
yeah. The over-under on this Cubs game was 9, so Atlanta pushed the over on its own.
It's like we're seeing some command issues here.
By A.J. Minter.
Oh, A.J. Minter. I think he's been bad. You're right.
Well, guys, this is a weird podcast now because people don't want to hear us
play by play.
They exactly want to see us relive this amazing comeback.
Thursday night Cubs game. But, so, again – shout out to the Inuko family. Congrats on the sacks.
Congrats.
Yep. And
the 3rd time in his life.
Yeah. So for K-Fitz, for Aldo, I'm your guy, Southside Zoe. Make sure you're following us on Twitter, especially with all these home openers coming up. We'll keep tweeting. Always, you could tweet us your stuff if you want us to talk about anything. And sportsmockery.com. Get that app, get the push notifications, and we will see you guys next week.
Peace.